Boys, we're going live. It's worked. I fixed it.
Has it?
Right.
Has it worked?
Yeah, we're live. I fixed it. Yeah.
Really?
I'm pretty certain.
We'll wait. Oh,
Okay, it's
We up?
now.
We're live.
Yes!
Let's go!
Bro, I don't know what happened there.
Rocky start. Hi, people. We're here.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so, my fault, as expected. There was a big go live button that I didn't see in the top corner of my screen. But it said it said I was streaming. It said I was streaming on OBS, and the thing said I was live. I just didn't realize I had to click that. So,
Yeah, because it's waiting on you or on YouTube.
well, I've never had to do that before. So,
Well,
Right.
welcome to the Non-Reddit RR Awards 2020.
in 2021,
We're going to be showcasing some epic moments from 2020 RRs.
you guys are actually fucking shitlords. I hope you fucking kill yourselves. Right. So,
Right, so we got 12 categories.
yeah.
Best montage, best logo, best intro, best RR moment, best fight, best RR perspective, best game mode, best new recorded round, most improved recorded round, best live RR season, and best one-time RR, and the best recorded round season. So yeah, I think Brody's gonna go over the process of kind of how we did this voting.
I'd say you should turn probably.
Yeah, I just did.
Okay. So let's talk about the process of making the votes. Just making sure that everyone watching knows how it worked. So first, we started with the nominations. We did for 1 week where we got a total of around 40 nominations from people over the community telling us what they think is the best of each category. We didn't get as much of nomination as we wanted, but the second section with the votes, we actually got more people. We actually got a total of around 80 votes.
Yeah.
You should turn me up there.
Yeah, I've turned you both up to literally max. It can't go any louder. So if it's not, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
So yeah. Is there anything
That's the
else
vote.
we actually want to talk about before going straight into them? Because obviously Bowfish isn't here, so we don't have to wait 25 hours between.
We don't have Bowfish, but I just want to mention that before compiling the results, we did look to remove all duplicates that were in the vote and anything that would be like clear votes for boosting or like fake votes trying to boost stuff like with fake names or troll names. Stuff like that was removed. But yeah, that's about it.
Right, are we gonna get into those cheeky awards right now?
Yeah. I mean, you're the one starting, probably.
Okay, so our first award is the best montage. So, what do you guys think makes a good montage? Let's kind of talk through this. Like, what do you guys look for in a montage? What makes you enjoy one? Sort of.
I mean, I normally end up. I don't watch too many montages, but when I do, I mainly just look towards if the season was actually good or not. But I mean, I don't like death montages at all.
I mean, it definitely needs more than just like fighting killing. Sometimes
Yeah.
like some funny moments,
Yeah. I think
including
not-
both edge kicks, covers fruit, or something like that. It's always good.
I think sometimes a montage can make a season seem better than it is if it's well made. Like you can, I think for example, Paradox 15. I think it was a pretty bad season, but the montage made it look good.
I mean, I feel like montage have the power to make it a like somewhat bad season look good
Yeah.
with the right editing.
So
Yeah.
anyway, the 5 nominees for this thing, they were Apocalyptic Season 8, Shining Stars Season 2, Solitude Season 2, UHCGO Season 1, and Paradox Season 15. So should we get into the order? And any other things you guys want to say, or?
I mean, since it's the first one, we might say this right now, but the way we're gonna work is we're gonna go from number 5 to first, and we're gonna we're gonna only say the percentage of votes for
First place, yeah.
for the first
Yeah, it's
place,
pretty easy.
and it's like out of around 80 votes. Also, oh yeah, I needed to explain why we decided to just show the percentage for the first place. So we're showing only percentage for the first place just to not reveal like quote unquote how bad or how unpopular is one place than another.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely some
Some nominees got very, very few votes in certain things. So
yeah,
Yeah, we don't here to shame anyone.
yeah, we're here to protect people's feelings.
But for real though, there is some categories that are really close, some that are not as close, but we're hiding the.
Yeah, we'll
lower
see.
part.
Let's
You'll-
get into it. And let's
yeah.
find out. There's some very intense ones in it. So, funnily enough, for this first one, we actually have a tie for 4th place between Solitude Season 2 by Nick and Shining Star Season 2 by Lighting MC.
I actually liked both these montages, honestly. I think Solitude 2 was just a better season altogether, which made it easier for Nick's montage to be better.
Was Shining Stars a death montage? I think it was, wasn't it?
I got to ask me.
Yeah. I watched Solitude 2 a while back, and I enjoyed it, but I can't remember if the quality of the montage was like what made it good, or if it was just the season being good.
I'm not sure if it was a death montage or not, but yeah, they're in a joint 4th place. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I quite liked Solitude 2 as a season, and was it Nick's first montage?
I think it was. Yeah.
Um,
It's one of his. He hasn't made many. That's for sure.
Yeah, even if it is, so I think it's actually, even though it did only come in joint 4th, it's still obviously really good, especially when Nick hasn't made that many. So, yeah, I think that's that for the joint 4th places.
So 3rd place. This is actually what I voted for. Is Paradox Season 15 by Alex. Like,
Yeah, I
not-
think
not
that's
Is-
like
the
I
one
think-
you mentioned where
Yeah.
like the montage made the season look better.
Yeah,
it felt like a creepypasta montage. Like this was a good quality montage. I really liked it.
Alex has got really good at montages,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Literally, he started them and they were like, and then the Paradox Season 15 montage came out and I actually really, really enjoyed it. This is the season where I died by getting hit out of a building by a zombie, isn't it?
Nah.
Is it not? Oh no, this is the Team of 5 season. Yeah. Oh no, this was... Yeah, no, he made this season look good. Like, this season, in my opinion, wasn't great, but the actual montage made it look so much... It just looked like it ran so much smoother with it.
It kind of felt like a movie. I really liked it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll say that now we're down to the final 2. I will say that the winning montage won with 32.5% of the votes. So that's a good margin. That's basically a third of the votes. So
Is it?
second place was Apocalyptic Season 8 by Strav. And that means that the winner was UHCGO Season 1, made by Aerich.
Guys, I boost my rounds. guys, I boost my rounds.
Shock in the chat. The absolute shock.
Yeah. I didn't actually boost my rounds, but okay. But no, I mean, I don't think UHCGO should have won this at all. I think Paradox should have won this. I don't actually remember the Apoca montage.
Both the Apoca montage and the
I honestly,
video
I
montage
think...
showed good montages.
There's still good quality montages.
I think-
like the UHCGO one didn't really tell the story of the season.
No, exactly, and I think that was the whole point of it. Like, all it showed was the fights, and the fights themselves are actually quite weak. Like,
I
it
mean,
was...
the thing, yeah, it's UHCGO Season 1 with the game modes it had. You really need to... like, the game modes makes it so, unless you watch every perspective, you're not going to be able to, like, make a montage itself, because it goes along with talking a lot with the people and making links. And, like,
I think when it comes to a Pocket 8, a Pocket 8, like, the season itself was actually really good, but I think the montage itself wasn't. It wasn't amazing. I think the season, like, if you were doing it based on seasons alone, I would have actually put a Poker 8 on top there. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's not. I can't think of the word. Let's move on to the next one.
I mean, first we wanted to say, like, if there's about maybe honorable mentions, if like there's anyone in the chat that rounds at things they should have get in the top 5. I have my list. I have my list for like other categories. Personally, for montage, I don't think there's much. The only one other montage that got close of getting in the nominations for this was Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 2.
Why'd you have to add that? Why'd you even have to mention it?
Stop.
Just leave it. Tay, turn up the volume. I literally cannot turn up the volume any more than it already is. Yeah, I think the other thing I was going to say about montages was Shaky made a lot of montages this year, and I actually think, like, it was slow progression, but I really enjoy his montages now. I normally catch most of them. He literally started making montages for all the Paradox seasons that didn't have one, and there was a few pretty good ones in there, which I think could have earned a nomination, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I can't really think of many.
Anyway, should we move on to our next category?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can move to the next one.
Brody,
The next one.
are you doing it, Brody?
It's Tay, yeah.
Me?
You said you were doing it second.
It's you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. This one is Best Logo. The nominees were Flamble Season 4 by Blue Sparks, Solitude 4 by Blur, Goopy Season 2 by... is it Cold Bacon who did that one, I think?
No, bacon, not cold bacon.
No? I don't know. I have no idea. Right, I don't know who made them. I just know what the logos look like. UHC Go Season 2 by Crudely Drawn C, and then Epic Season 6 by Yeatsy. Aren't all the Epic logos the same?
Yeah, they're recolored. But I suppose you could just say that the Epic logo.
Yeah, the Epic logo was nominated. I guess I'll go straight into the placements.
Yeah, it just added seasons. I mean, they're all cool logos. It's cool to have like so many logo makers.
Yeah. In 5th place for Best Logo was Flamble Season 4 by Blue Sparks.
Just saying, that logo is a nice logo. That's one of Blue Sparks' best, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like it. I think 5th place is like right for it, honestly, but I still think it's like a good logo. I don't know how to say it without sounding like an arsehole. But yeah, no, I think I think it's like a nice logo. I just think it was
it's a cool
the worst of the 5 on the nominees, but I mean, yeah, still, it's the circle-y one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe it could have gone ahead of a couple of them. I don't know. It's a clean logo. It just
Yeah, it's a nice logo. It deserves to be in the top 5, I'd say.
yeah. In 4th place, we have the Epic logo by Yeatsy. I mean, I think I mentioned earlier the reason why I think this should be where it is.
I agree with that statement, Blue Sparks.
I think the Epic logo looks good.
I think the Epic logo is really clean, but just the fact that it's recolored every season and that's just the logo.
Yeah,
I think that's why it's
like be its own thing for like a season.
yeah. I think that's why it's quite low on here. I think if that was the one logo alone, the rest of them were different, it'd honestly be higher.
Or like maybe like if I had something else to it instead of just like words.
Yeah.
I think it's the main difference with every other logo in this, is that usually logo have something to add. With them.
Yeah, like even the Flamble logo itself is still unique in a sense with the flames and everything going around it. The Epic logo is literally just Epic UHC with different colours. But I don't know, it's still a clean logo. It's because it's just recolored for every season is why I wouldn't have had it so high. But I think it earns its place in the top 5 still. In 3rd place is it says Season 2, but it's just the Goopy UHC logo by Bacon.
It's a good logo, but I would say it's definitely in the weaker.
Yeah, because Bacon is such a talented man. That logo is it's bad compared to his rest of it's not a bad logo, but compared to his logos, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm surprised this is so high. Like, it's still a nice logo, but it does.
It's by Bacon and thought it was. I don't know.
It is still just like it looks like a stock image with text on it, but
Bacon's made some incredible logos in his time, but this ain't it.
But yeah.
It's still a good logo, but yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like everything in here, even if we're
Best logos ever made. But
yeah, even if we talk somewhat bad about some things in here, we don't actually think they're outright bad. They've made it to the top 5.
They deserve to be in here. Like,
Yeah.
good logos.
And that brings us to first and second. In second place is Solitude Season 4 by Blur, and in first place is UHCGO Season 2 by Crudely Drawn Sea. This one, do you know what? I'll actually take this one. I think this one is deserved, honestly.
I mean, this one is fair because you paid someone like $20 for it.
Yeah.
Actually, I paid $45 for it.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
Bro, no, he started and he was like, yeah, it'd be $20. I was like, nice. And then he was like, I finished. I was like, cool. I sent you the money. And he was like, I thought we agreed on 45. And I couldn't be asked for the hassle, so I just sent him 45. But I still think, I think that logo's clean. I think the Solitude logo is really good as well, but purely because it has things that relate to the season in it. Like, the top 3 things are like the 3 different worlds they had for...
One of them's wrong, but apart from that...
Yeah, that tilts me a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
Wait, did you say the percentage of votes on that one?
I didn't say the percentage. It didn't win by much. 27.5% for UHCGO is what gave it the win. Don't worry, guys. UHCGO doesn't win everything from here on.
Spoilers, bro!
I said everything. It might only not win one, Pelly.
I thought UHCGO Season 7 was going to win Best Intro. Come on, bro.
Did you say Season 7?
Yes, I said Season 7.
I thought UHCGO was going to win with best one time.
Best one? Ah, bro, you're confused. You're confusing me now. Yeah, I think the Solitude logo is really nice. I think if it actually had, the correct world in there, I still probably would have put it ahead of UHCGO myself.
Like incorrect? For me, I feel like
It's THS free, but the screenshot is of amplified terrain. So
personally, I feel like the Solitude logo is a little too charged for me, but like there's a lot of elements on it.
This just in: if Farah doesn't win Best one-time round, he's closing the non-red Discord.
I've tried to do that before.
I mean, I'm just saying, but like, there's like 2 FRA 49 one-time round that didn't get in the top 5. So.
Anyway,
yeah. Next one, please stop this.
Okay, so the next one is Best Intro of the Year, and I feel like the intros are what are looked at the most nowadays.
Yeah, I'd say out of everything in non-Reddit, intro is what people pay the most attention to.
I feel like out of all the awards, this one will be one of the most like informed decisions. I feel like people actually go out their way to watch an intro because they're quite short.
Yeah, and definitely there's some intros that didn't get a chance to get in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is like intros themselves got so much better this year, like all round, with almost every intro that were coming out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so this one was probably like the hardest one to actually vote for. But yeah, the nominees, I'm gonna go to Brody to say them because I don't know why I'm saying that.
Oh yeah, so let's go with the intros. So number 5 is UHCGO season. The nominees first. Well,
Yes, I lost. See, I told you I didn't boost my rounds. But,
it is a better. I guess it is a better UHCGO intro.
It's better than the season 1, but yeah, I mean it's all right. Like Cyclone made it. It was pretty good. I don't think it deserves its place in the top 5, but it's all right.
We'll talk about the honorable mention after, but
Yeah.
because best intro is definitely one that has a few.
Yeah.
Let's move our way.
Yeah,
up
that's
then.
all we have to talk about with that. Let's be honest.
And then in fourth place, we have Calamity Season 4 by Obscene Madman. I think
Looking at the other ones on this list, I might put it one higher, to be honest.
I
enjoyed
don't.
this.
The Season 4 one, Calamity 4 is. Oh, yeah, it's that one. Okay. That's a pretty good one. I feel.
It's one of the more original Calamity intros. I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, did it make it in the top 100 too?
Yeah, that was a bit of a controversial one, but I think it definitely deserved it to be here at least.
Serenity are already dead, so yeah.
Calamity actually normally has some pretty good intros. Like no matter what season, the intro's normally pretty good. Like I remember reacting to the season 1 like as soon as it came out because we were doing an RVFC podcast at the time, or whatever we were doing, and yeah, I thought that was really clean. And honestly, I think the seasons like intros just get better every season. So
yeah, I'd agree on that one.
Yeah, fair play to Obsidian Madman.
And then third place is
Yep, third place.
it's Calamity Season 5 by Change.
I don't know if this should be up here, to be honest. I like it. It's one
I
of his
don't know.
better intros.
I personally prefer that intro over the Season 4 one. I think Season 5 is definitely in the top Calamity intros, so I definitely think it deserves it.
Yeah, it's one of Change's better ones. I feel like the sentimental value with the stuff at the start kind of gives it a good build up, and also the songs just like it's one of those kind of songs you see in like Cube Montage from a while ago. Like it's just a good song, really.
It's the one for the Geology Season 3 trailer.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I don't remember this intro.
Really?
It's the one with the renders are moving around with the names of the players, you know?
Yeah.
Bro,
I think you just got it quite well there.
I've literally no memory of this intro.
It was a team of 5 one. That's about all I can say, really, to be honest. It's the one where it like shows the captain that shows the 4 people.
Oh, okay, no, I do know this one. Yeah, yeah, I agree with everything you said. Then I do remember this.
Yeah. Right, well let's get on top 2.
Okay, the top 2. I mean, I didn't mention who were the nominees, so like the top 2 are between Solitude Season 4 and Serenity Season 8. Let's see who we've got the first place. So the winner with 36.3% is Serenity Season 8 by Kawaii. So that means second place is for Solitude 4 by Winter.
Yeah, I'm happy with that result, honestly, because I feel like Serenity 8's intro kind of like had a like it was as I said with the Calamity one, it was pretty sentimental. Like it was well executed because it like kind of mimicked all the previous intros and it was actually done well.
Well, yeah, what I like with Serenity 8 is like how it like calls back to every previous season of that round.
Yeah, exactly.
In
I really enjoyed it.
playing Devil's Advocate though, Winter's Solitude intro was really fucking good. Like
I think it was probably a better like I reckon more work was probably put into it, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I didn't vote for that because yeah, it was just another Winter intro. Really, there's a few of them and they're pretty similar because the style.
Yeah, I mean, like talking about the let's say honorable mentions is like the Crossing 9 intro, which was also made by Winter.
Yeah.
But didn't get nominated a single time by anyone. And I feel like this kind of goes with if you're gonna nominate an intro, you're gonna nominate a Winter intro, you're gonna nominate Solitude 4 or Crossing, and I think most people chose Solitude 4 over Crossing.
I think Solitude might be a better known round. That could be why it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Crossing's not known. Like most people here like know of Crossing. But in all fairness, I think I was exactly the same. Like that intro had been out for ages until I'd actually been brought to my attention, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, what Crossing intro is this?" And I honestly think some people might be the same, being like, I haven't even seen it, and that's probably why it wasn't voted. But
here is some honorable mention I like to make. Other other intros that did good in the nomination but didn't get in the top 5. There's Shining Star Season 3 by Jetto and
That was good.
Frosty Season 2 by Jetto.
Don't
Two
remember
Jetto
that.
intros. Didn't
Okay,
get
I'm not
any
gonna lie,
in the-
Shining Stars 3 was a bit dead in my opinion.
Really?
Compared to the rest of Jetto's intros, I think it's quite bad.
I actually thought Shining Stars 3 was really clean. I remember it
Really?
coming
I
out
think
and then
Frosty
watching
Season
it.
2 is a really good Jetto intro in my opinion.
I just remember it coming
Shout
out.
to CJ because he's made a lot of really solid intros this year that probably weren't just like up there, you know?
Same with Kirby. CJ and Kirby definitely deserve
Yeah,
And another-
Kirby as
some
well.
respect.
He's got
Another
good
one I
intros.
want to mention is just the Bacon Crafty intro. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
technically not right around, but I feel it's
I
kind of
think
gets
the audience
forgotten.
don't really know about it, to be honest, which is why I wouldn't have got
There's
in.
a few intros that got posted in the Discord, but
Yeah.
the seasons don't really get posted there. But there are pretty good intros.
Right, I guess I'll start talking about our fourth category. Ow, I just fucking slipped. Next up, we have the best record round moment of 2020. So yeah, we've got some interesting ones in here. We've actually got 2 moments from the same recorded round season, both from Blocks Apart season 3, being Tony getting bit baby ragey and also executing Order 66. We've also got Kirby fighting James in both of season 7. We've got Nick plays Games 15 dropping with a notch apple in Nuclear season 6. And we've got Avars falling in lava for the 2nd season in a row in Epic season 3. So we've got some real bangers here. Got some real bangers.
Mate, I just having
Yeah, I mean,
Tony's death in here is such an interesting one. Purely because, right?
the nomination for the best moment is the most painful category every year because everyone has their own idea on their best moment, and it is the category with the least votes, like the
biggest spread, I'm assuming you were trying to say.
I mean, yeah, there's so many different that got nominated, and there's like the moment with the most nomination has like 5 nomination or something. It just shows at which point like no one agreed on the same best moments.
Which, to be fair, it kind of shows that if it made it onto this list, like, enough people have realised this was a pretty good moment, you know?
Because there is no way of like remembering every good moment because there's so many good moments that can happen in
True.
in seasons.
I was gonna say about the Tony thing. For me, it's a bit of an awkward one, purely because like this is meant to be a thing about celebrating the good things of non-Reddit, and having someone literally tell someone to kill themselves as a nominee.
I think it's up there because it's just so quotable.
It is. I feel like you could say that to anyone in this community and they'll know exactly where it
I
comes
think
from.
at the end of the day, the people that were told it, they were able to sit back and have a good laugh afterwards.
It's
Yeah.
up to copy pasta and the nomination now.
But anyway, let's get into the order. So, 5th place was Blocks Apart Season 3, Execute Order 66.
This is personally one of my favorite moments.
I haven't watched it, if I'm honest.
I haven't either.
Okay,
I know which one.
I'll explain it. So it's basically my team in Blocks Apart going at Series 0, finding the team of Higgy and Fra, which are just building for fun at Series 0. And they have no armor. And then I think it's one of the spec, I don't remember who, but I think it's Gus that tells Higgy to execute Order 66. And then Higgy says he's showing Order 66, and he basically just crits out Fra in front of like all of us.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say that's something that's funnier if you actually watch it.
Yeah.
I think all of these things are, honestly. Like
And
it's
I feel like just the name itself, like just name Order 66 like that, you don't. I feel
Yeah.
like if the name of the moment was named, I don't know, Higgy crits out Fra, it would have gotten more votes than.
Yeah, I think that is a kind of
if
a
it was
factor of
named
what
Order
votes in this
66.
category. But anyway, 4th place was Kirby versus James. To explain, effectively, Kirby and James are the last 2 players on lot first damage, and whoever was going to take damage first was going to be solo because the team was dead, and the other team literally got a team with me and Pickles on it. So it was and Cody. I forgot Cody. It was so that was pretty funny.
and Vetmeyer.
Yeah, but he was dead at that point.
Oh,
And then 3rd place was Aval's falling in lava again and screaming in Epic Season 3. Which, it cracks me up when I watch it, I'm not gonna lie, it was a funny one.
I
It's
think.
the kind of... Yeah.
No, I was just thinking if I'd actually seen that or not. I have.
I'm just gonna say, but if people actually want to watch the best moment or like any of the things we mentioned in this, there's in the the non-lit R Discord in the 2020 hours.
It's in chat.
Channel, is a doc pinned with all the links to all the videos pinned to it. Oh yeah, we're just in chat. So if you want to see like one of the best moments, that's there.
Right, so we're into the top 2. The 2 nominations left are Tony screaming, "You guys are actually fucking shitlords," and Nick plays games dropping with a notch. So the winning percentage is 28.7%. Pretty respectable considering this is such a diverse category. But in second place is Tony dying in Blocks Apart Season 3, and the winner is Nick dying with a notch on him.
Bro, so deserved. I find that's genuinely one of... I loved that when I saw it come out. It was just so funny. I remember watching it and just being like, I don't know how you possibly could have done that.
How do you manage that, man?
Right.
The funniest part with that is that the other team is healing, so Bowfish and Nick had pretty much a free win.
Yeah, no, Bowfish also almost won after Nick dropped with the notch. That's how easily they were gonna win.
No, the other team didn't notice the notch. But they picked up like they picked up the few gaps in that he dropped on the ground, and like they healed with that, and that's the reason they won.
But yeah, as Brody was saying earlier, I feel like the title itself being Nick drops the notch kind of did contribute to how many votes this got, I think.
Yeah, because like for example. For Tony's death, it only says it's Tony's death. If you haven't watched it, you're not gonna know what Tony's death is.
Yeah, I mean, I think literally either of these could have won. Actually, I think anything on here could have won. They're all quite funny. I'd say the only one that I'd say probably didn't deserve it as much was the Kirby versus James fight, but even then, that was still pretty funny. It was just...
I don't know if you have any honorable moments to add, or...
Oh, there are just so many, aren't
There are so many, it's so hard.
There's a lot with one, but...
Thing is, we could say 50 and people would still be mad at us for not mentioning a moment that they like.
I'm just gonna mention the minecart bombing cookie issue. That one, I find it funny.
Oh yeah.
Did watch that.
Killing on minecarts is always funny.
Yeah. Is it me now?
I believe so.
Oh. Okay. Next one's best fight. If someone wants to tag Carl in non-Reddit Discord because he asked to be tagged when this comes up. But honestly, I liked a lot of the fights on here anyway. But yeah, I think it was kind of close to an extent. I think there was like 2 or 3 fights that definitely deserved it and could have won. The other ones were sort of just there. But we'll go through them. In 5th place... actually, hold on. The nominees were Brody versus Chris in Serenity Season 6, Zane versus Bulb in Soulfire 10, somehow, Carl versus Rebel in Ender Season 5, Pelly versus Crafters and James in UHC Gear Season 1, which should not be on there, and Saveki Season 1, Firm versus Kekleon. So, in 5th place, it is Serenity Season 6 of Brody versus Chris.
It is a close fight.
Yeah, it was a good end.
That's what I say. But the fight kind of dragged out for a long time, and then my bow broke, so like I kind of just like struggled for a while and hid behind trees for a while.
Yeah, I actually didn't watch that, but I watched the rest of them. So yeah, but don't take the piss out of how I say Saveki. I don't know how it's said. It's not a normal word. In 4th place is Soulfire Season 10, Zane versus Bulb. This fight was like, it was alright. Like, it was a good watch, but it was just there. I think the reason I enjoyed the fight actually so much, well, say so much, as much as I did, was purely down to the fact, like, their play styles are ungodly different. Zane will never melee you, and Bulb will do anything to avoid being bowed. So... it sort of just completely changed the dynamic, really, with fighting, because it wasn't just two people trying to just go in for each other as hard as they could. It was just mad. But yeah, so I'd say that's more about the people that were in it as to why it got voted instead of the fight itself.
Yeah.
In third place is Carl versus Rebel in End of Season 5. Honestly, this could have won. Like, I think this was a really good fight.
I think it's just Ender dying didn't help.
I think what this fight lacked was the fact it ended fast. I feel like there wasn't much
Yeah.
suspense, but it was a close fight and it was really entertaining.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. I remember watching that a little while ago and I thought it was really good. And I think Season 5 of Ender was Ender's last season, no?
And its best season.
Yeah, so it kind of got forgotten because of like.
Yeah,
all the
obviously
everything.
it was overshadowed
But
by
yeah,
the
the
fact
good
that
fight.
it was the last season of Ender. But I mean, for a fight, I mean, I think it was a really good season, to be honest. And Carl vs Rebel was just a very good fight, so that could have won for me. First and second, it's Firm vs Kekleon, and then Pelly vs Crafters and James. Don't know why that's in there. That's not even really a fight. It's about 15 seconds long. But luckily, it came in second place, and Verm versus Kekleon is what won with 38.8% of the votes. So it actually did a decent chunk of the votes there, to be quite honest, and I'd say that's definitely deserved the win. I think everyone will agree that was.
Yeah, it is a good fight. Though I wish T-From didn't win. T-From doesn't deserve to win. What?
Sweaty bastard!
Sweet bastard. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good fight. I mean, I remember watching T-Firm's POV of it, and the only thing I was thinking the whole time was just how the hell has Kekleon got that much healing?
I mean,
But
How the fuck is T-From hitting all those shots? Like,
yeah, that's true. He didn't miss. He doesn't miss. So yeah, I actually think I think that order was
he's a really
good.
good player, so it's gonna give good fights.
I would have put my order would have been UHC Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 would have been in a different country. It would have been nowhere near this vote.
To be fair, Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 thing, people voted for it because it was.
It was good, but it was more of a moment than a fight. I don't see it
it's
as like a long
close and
fight.
intense, but I don't see it as a fight. I see it as more like.
Yeah, guys, Crafter's got a
Everything
second
happened
place. Let's
before
go.
we need to this.
But yeah, I think that's all we really have to say about best fight.
I mean,
professional, so I'll be right back.
even if it was close, if like Crafter and James would have won against Pelly, I don't think it would be nominated.
Yeah, if Pelly
like-
didn't win, it would have been just bad. To be quite honest. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any other fights you guys can think of that probably should have been in here.
I mean, there wasn't a lot of fights that got nominated, so I don't have a lot of ideas. But
Yeah, a lot of people put not applicable for the fights because it just goes to show who actually watches RRs and who doesn't.
I know the other Ceviche fight got nominated, so I'm thinking there's like actually multiple good fights in that season.
Well, that is a good season. Like it's the whole season is made around good PvPers, really, is it not?
Yeah, so
And so you're kind of expected to get good fights. And I mean, the season itself was just quite good. I think there was a few things that weren't great. Like I think Firm versus Fruit in that I really enjoyed as well, considering I didn't expect Firm to win that fight either. But yeah, I think that's really all there is to say about best fight.
Mm-hmm.
Brody, it's your turn.
It is my turn. Okay, it's time for the best POV, so the best perspective that people watch, and I'm guessing people watched it. Hopefully, I mean,
You'd hope so, wouldn't you? Just voted when they haven't watched
I
it.
mean, who
Yeah,
watched
that's a name in a season. That'll do.
it? So okay, so the nominees are Zane's POV of Bowfish Season 6, Space Phoenix POV of Calamity Season 4, Rebel Ghost POV of Ender Season 5, Captain's POV of Reluctant Season 1, and Tully's POV of Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1. So, in last place is Ender Season 5, Rebel's
Hey.
POV.
I feel bad, bro. This is good perspective.
I feel like, the thing is that
Is that
all
a
of these
POV?
deserve to be on here. I think in different to like some categories where we've been sat there and gone, that doesn't really need to be here. any of these could have won. Like, they're just all very good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm searching the. Wow. Okay. Okay, both didn't link the POVs. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I'd say all
No.
these are the kind of perspectives I'd sit down and just kind of watch and be able to enjoy them the whole way through. Because I think a lot of them are highlighted or they're just entertaining people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all of these on release, other than End of Season 5. I didn't watch Rebels POV of that until afterwards. I went back and actually watched all of these through, and I couldn't tell you which goes on top. Like, I have ones that I somewhat prefer through outright bias, but other than that, like, they're all just very good POVs, so there's not much I can say.
In third place is Reluctant Season 1, Captain's POV tied with Zane's POV of Bullfish Season 6.
These guys are tied on everything. They're literally the same person.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, Reluctant, I voted for Reluctant when I did my awards, doing all that. Bro, Cappy's POV was so sick, and he would have been actually fuming if he won, because he's constantly said he doesn't deserve it, but I would argue he did. I think his POV of that was so good. Like, Reluctant won. Just, if you only saw Reluctant won from Captain's POV, could have been RR of the year. Without a doubt.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, so for first place with 36.3% of the vote, it is Pelly's Yuchigyo Season 1 POV, meaning that in second place is Space Phoenix Calamity Season 4 POV.
I'd argue that this is deserved. I think Pelly's POV...
I think Space Phoenix POV is not even highlighted.
Is it not highlighted? Mad.
Well, it doesn't have to be highlighted to be good, but I think
No.
Space Phoenix is the entertaining person of the year.
Space Phoenix just doesn't turn off. That's the thing. He doesn't shut off. He just continuously goes and goes and goes. And everything he says just makes you laugh.
Entertaining to watch.
Yeah, he's one of the only people I can watch that isn't highlighted, that just entertains
but I feel
me.
like the fact that Pelly did really good, it was close, and yeah, actually...
Bro, you're still going on about the boosted thing. This ain't even me. This is a Pelly award. This ain't mine.
Yeah, I mean, that's more like Pelly gaining the award. Like, if Pelly did not highlight, I don't think that would be deserving.
Oh, yeah. I think the editing I put in definitely helped it out. And the music especially really fit it.
Yeah. But nah, Pelly's POV of that was really good purely because I just remember the thing is you interacted with nearly everyone in the game, and that's what helped it so much.
I think all the action was definitely there. I think if you had to watch any perspective of the season that was entertaining, it was that one.
Yeah,
It just
it
helped
is
out that one as
a
well.
really good POV.
Anyway, our next category is the best recorded on game mode this year. I'm not gonna lie, this is an interesting one because I don't think there are too many custom ones in here, if anything.
Is there any custom ones?
I don't think so.
No, not a single custom game mode. Change that in 2021, boys. Get custom game modes. They're more enjoyable.
There is a lack of custom game modes in the best game modes vote, even though there is some custom game modes that didn't get...
Yeah, I think there were some custom game modes that just didn't get to be nominated.
Yeah, a lot of custom game modes are quite subtle, so...
I mean, some custom game modes sometimes are just not good, so that's fair that not all of them gets nominated, but... And some, like, non-custom game modes are just so really good classics that usually give good seasons. But
Anyway.
I'll talk more about it when we go into it.
Yeah, so our nominations are Serenity Season 6, which was Infinite Allies, Isolation, and Mumble. We've got RVFC Live Season 5, which is Battle Royale and Mumble. We've got
the same thing.
Season... Yeah, well, yeah, that's literally just taking a game from another RR. Solitude Season 4, which was Soul Brothers, City World, THS3 Terrain, and Terraria Craft. We've got Flip the Switch Season 2, which was THS3 Terrain and Scenario Stacker. And we've got Serenity Season 5, which was World Jumpers. So, yeah, Kika.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Never mind, it's not there. Okay. Let's just go and start with last place.
Yeah, so in 5th place, I'd say quite unsurprisingly, this is just a nice combination of game modes more than anything, was Flip the Switch Season 2, which was THS3 Terrain and Scenario Stacker.
Okay, Flip the Switch was actually season 2 actually had fun game modes to play.
Mm. I'd argue it was quite a good season. One of the best.
The season itself is fine. There's things I like about it, and there's things I don't like about it.
Yeah.
But the game mode itself, I mean, THS Return is just fun to play. I think it's the game mode that you should at least try to play once.
Yeah.
It gives a really unique experience, even though it's not the most original. I think the thing that adds into it is the scenario stacker, which pretty much had a total of like 6 or 7 more scenarios.
I'm just going to cut in here quickly and say that this whole section is stupidly difficult to vote on because you've got half the people voting on, oh, I really enjoyed playing that, and then half the people are voting like, oh, I really enjoyed watching it. So
true.
it's a
I mean,
bit
there's
difficult.
Game modes that are like either like more enjoyable to play or more entertaining to watch. And it really depends on what you prefer. But like, if it's I would say like something like RVFC Live Season 5 and certainly Season 6 are something that will more often be more enjoyable to watch than play.
RVFC Live Season 5, I can guarantee you is purely only on there because people, like not many people who had been like new in the community, which is a lot of people in RVFC Live, had heard of Battle Royale ever or even realised there was an RR. Like just Battle Royale UHC. So I'd say that's the only reason in there because to be honest you could have just named it Infinite Allies and gone with it. There's only a few changes and it wouldn't be on here.
It's pretty much the same thing as Serenity Season 6. Like you literally have in top 5 2 rounds with pretty much the same thing, which is kind of sad for the game modes.
Yeah, I mean it's difficult. I mean I feel like next year or something, if we do this again, we'll have to clarify whether it's best game modes that you played or best game modes that you watched. I'd argue it should be watched because if it was just watched, I probably would have said RVFC Live Season 5 wasn't on here and something else was. But to play it, I can see why it'd be there. Same with Serenity Season 6, in my opinion.
I mean, even if you mention it, you have like no way of making sure that people are not gonna be biased with when they play the season if they think it made it good to watch too. So it's kind of impossible to make, but yeah.
Right, so 4th place was Serenity Season 6, which was Infinite Allies with Isolation and Mumble, which I think was a good combination. It was really unique and it was good fun.
I can't help I didn't watch this.
Basically, what it was Infinite Allies with Mumble, but you couldn't chat, and you also couldn't see tab. So
And there was no name tags.
Yeah, so it was a bit scary to be fair. It was a really interesting game where you had to interact with people and try and work out who died and
people playing with different skins is pain because then
It's murder mystery UHC.
Yeah, I crit out Brody at one point because I thought it was someone else. But yeah, really good game mode. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I can imagine why that'd be like fun to watch purely because of the perspective. The viewers know what you don't know, basically, because obviously they have all the POVs.
It's always good about a season.
So I'd argue that probably could have been higher, but I don't know. It sounds good. I just didn't watch it.
So 3rd place was Soul 2 Season 4, which was Soul Brothers with the 3 worlds being City World, THS3 Terrain, and Terrorcraft. I don't know, I'd probably put this below Serenity Season 6, but I think it's a good game mode.
I would also put this below. I think this is definitely much more enjoyable to watch than play, purely because if you're playing for so for me, it was literally just a City World Soul Brothers RR. But someone else playing on my team, so like Brock or Zane, was in Terraria Craft or THS3, so it's different. Like, I feel like if you got Terraria Craft, it's great because it's more original.
So if you go in that world, you definitely feel like you're playing something unique. While if you get stuck on City World, it's like everyone's doing City World.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
There's a bit where I found Carl when he was on 5%. And I absolutely made him shit himself because I was in a different world, so I just scared him.
But yeah, I'd say it's good that it was nominated. It's definitely different to a lot of things you see, but third,
It
Could-
has something different, but like because Solitude, that's kind of the pain of having Mumble every season.
yeah. I feel like they as much as that's a fun concept, it's almost a handicap to themselves.
It is somewhat painful. I've played so
Yeah.
many Mumble Run. I will honestly say that I'm not as motivated as
I'm at the point where I don't like Mumble. Like I don't
Yeah.
enjoy it.
I kind of agree with that. I played too many Mumble.
Yeah, it's just overdone now,
Like,
oversaturated.
When like in maybe 2-3 months you played like 30% of your runs are Mumble, you kind of like
Yeah.
Mumble
it's
is
a
cool,
bit-
but it doesn't need to be played that much.
Right. So the winning percentage was 27.5%, which I thought.
That's really close.
But yeah, it was pretty close one. And second place was RVFC Live Season 5, thankfully. And the winning game mode was Serenity Season 5 with World Jumpers.
Yeah, that's deserved. That's very much deserved. Like I said earlier,
I think
RVFC
it's
Live's
really
hope.
unique, and
I had a shit season, but I remember being good.
as someone that played it, I feel like it's definitely. I feel it's definitely a game more interesting to play than watch.
Yeah, I mean, I watched season 5 of Serenity and obviously didn't play. So from that point of view, it was still like entertaining to me. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed it, but
you don't see the difference as much.
Yeah,
as, like,
I could-
someone that plays it because you have like you're basically since it doesn't explain it, but basically you're in a different world every episode.
Mm.
So it's all different world with different generation. I think one is like dungeoneering, one is like slimy chunks or slimy
Yeah.
crab.
I played
there's,
another
like-
RR more recently with it. It was a lot more fun.
I'd say it.
There's, the Gob world, there's and Meetup, there's Amplifier, and I don't remember all of them, but
Base
yeah.
Train probably, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, like I said, like to watch Serenity, I'd say I really enjoyed it because it just with World Jumpers, it makes how you play the game so different. Because obviously you can't just BTC, like everyone is moving around and doing different things. So the actual gameplay itself is very different to your classic RR. And with RVFC Live Season 5, like I said, it's just because people hadn't heard of the game mode really much before. And that's the only reason it's up there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, certainly did give different sets. Like, I know, like, if you didn't get apples early on, you kind of have to work more later on for apples. Or, like, you need to decide when you get each resources if you didn't get all of them episode 1. Because some worlds
Yeah.
make it possible to get other stuff, so... If you're
just makes
lacking
you forget.
apples, you can get it in everything.
Yeah, it's just a nice way of making the game a bit different. Sometimes more subtle changes are just better than going over the top.
Yeah. You have to think what you're gonna do in each world.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one, I guess.
It's me now, correct?
Yep.
Okay, brilliant. That's a
Yep.
great time for me to click off the awards. Okay. We're getting into like the big ones now. This one is best new round. The nominees were Reluctant UHC, Shining Stars, Flip the Switch, UHC Gyo, and Calamity. I don't know if there's anything you want to say about them before we just go into them, because
I'll say the list is somewhat
Flawed?
limited.
yeah,
Like, the only thing that I can think of that was created this year that is not on the list are live rounds, like RVFC Live.
Yeah.
yeah, and I can see why they wouldn't be on here. I mean,
So like, and a few other like one season that died. So there isn't much
no.
rounds this year. But the 5s that are in the list are definitely
Oh, Saveki could have been on there, whatever it's called.
yeah. That
I only have one season though, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, it feels like loads of RRs were created this year, but there wasn't. Like, it was just multiple seasons of rounds from last year. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or just stuff coming back.
yeah, true, or return ones. So in 5th place was Reluctant. I'd argue this is at the bottom purely because it's it is
The
your
most recent one I've already.
yeah
It is
yeah
the most recent one.
it is yeah it is
I think I'd argue that Reluctant is it's got really good things to come. I think.
Yeah,
From what I've seen
I think
so far with
the problem is we know what's coming for Reluctant. We know it's going to be good, but from what's actually public at the moment, like season 1 was carried by Captain. Was there a season 2?
Yeah, there were 2 season 2s. There was 2A and 2B. 2B
Oh,
wasn't very
yeah.
good. 2A
I do
was
remember.
alright. I quite liked 2A.
Yeah, I remember
I
2B being
think,
moderately weak.
2A was a game mode broken, but a good season.
And then 2B was really okay.
Game mode's working, but
Not very good
Not
season.
the best.
Yeah. In 4th place is Shining Stars.
I will say that season 2 of Shining Stars, I'd say that was a good season, but I don't really know much else about it.
Mango, how you do this? How you on this list? I don't have much to say about Shining Stars, honestly. I'm not going to lie, I haven't watched the season. I've watched one intro, the Jeddo one, which I actually thought was really clean. I guess it could deserve its spot on here because the roster, before Mango met people here, was quite unique and different. And I liked it. And it actually, I'm pretty sure when Shining Stars was made, it had like a content creation sort of drive to it. Like it was for people who wanted to be like big YouTubers or something like that. So it was a very different style of game, and that's probably why it's on here for me. That's the only reason I could see. But yeah. Season
2 was a good season. I remember watching that and enjoying it.
Tay, we literally teamed in season 2B with Jenny and Tay. Oh, I do remember that. Oh, yeah, that was shit. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to say about Shining Stars.
Yeah, that's what I've said all I can say, really.
Yeah, I don't know much else, but like it has its pros, and yeah, 4th, I guess. Well done, Mango. In 3rd place is Flip the Switch. I'd say any of the top 3 here. Any of the top 3 here could have won, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really depends on how you see it.
I like Flip the Switch.
It's like, I wouldn't really call it anything special, but it's a good round. It's just
I see.
it's gonna be good.
I have Flip the Switch for me. I put a lot of comparisons to Goopy. It's like sort of Reddit influenced roster come down to non-Reddit with some of the friends of the organizer in there. I think it's really good. It's had quite a few good seasons. Like, I mean, you can see that it literally.
I want season 3.
Well done, Brody, man. Yeah, I mean,
dropped like 20 gaps in season 3.
Exactly.
Oh, brother, I forgot about that. Oh, no. Oh, let's ignore that. But yeah, Flip the Switch easily could have won for me. I enjoy it. I mean, it's had one of its seasons nominated in Best Game Mode. Was it nominated in anything else?
I don't know.
I don't know. But, I mean, like, the intros are always good. I mean, when Cody's the organizer, that's kind of expected. But, yeah, I think Flip the Switch is pretty good, and it deserves its place on here. Yeah, so, top 2. It's me versus Change. I'm up here again. It's UHC Geo versus Calamity. And I'm very, very happy to say that in first place is Calamity UHC with 33.8%.
Nail my heart.
Under the floorboards. Yeah, I mean, Calamity is sick. Like, it just is. UHC Geo, it could have won. Like, UHC Geo, I believe, is a good round. But I really enjoy Calamity to watch. Not to play as much. I actually don't. I haven't played. I've only played one season of Calamity so far, and I didn't have the best time. But to actually watch, I think Calamity is really good because you see such people you know and then people you have no idea who they are. All their personalities come together, and it's just a mix, and you get to see people in a way that you'd never normally see them.
I really had the time to watch Calamity because the season released really fast.
Yeah,
but from what I've watched, the montage that I think Change made most of them.
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, they showed pretty good things, and I think I think the roster, having especially in the earlier season, the roster
I remember losing my shit watching the season 1 intro just because the roster was so weird. Like, in my opinion, it was so strange. I remember seeing the whole thing and then Kirby popped up, and that's when my brain just went, "What?" And I was like, "Why? How?" But I mean, the actual original, the first couple seasons, I'd argue, were actually quite weak. Like, when it comes to upload rates and everything, like, that's one thing that's let Calamity down quite a bit, is upload rates normally. But
I think the uploads are actually quite good.
They're quite good.
The fact that they had non-recorders.
Yeah, but this is what I mean, like, even having non-recorders, with them not uploading, the rates were bad,
like
but
in the later seasons,
in the later seasons, they've actually, a lot of the non-recorders have started uploading, which is,
yeah, I mean, there's also part of them I think left, and a part of them, and I feel a lot of recorders got added.
yeah, I mean, it's just, it
Like,
was...
the roster, like, the seasons are also, like, bigger than earlier seasons. There are, like, way more people playing current seasons compared to other seasons.
Yeah, so yeah, well done, Change. You beat me. You beat me, son.
I guess we can talk also a little bit about Yoshigiya since he got second.
I made it.
I think we've had enough UHC.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of bored about talking about it, to be honest.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean,
it's good. I am very happy with second. I could have seen it
like
coming third below Flip the
mentioned
Switch.
about Yoshigiya, like, one thing I liked about Yoshigiya is the game modes, or the fact that it tries to follow some kind of story.
I think there's very few rounds in the community where they have very strict themes. Like, Solitude has a theme, but it's a theme of like isolation and all that. But pretty much it's just they use Mumble every season.
So you can pretty much do whatever you want.
So you can still do whatever you want. For me, I'd say organizing UHC Go is fun, but really hard, purely because I have to have scenarios that relate to what happened in the show, and sometimes they're shite.
Like, for example, you can do moles in whatever season you want. You'll have to fit with one of the...
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
season.
but I think that's all we need to talk about there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Change. You deserve it. Round of applause, mate.
Award number 9.
Okay, time for most improved round, aka the closest award. So we have Nuclear Playground, Ultimo, Bullfish, and Soulfire.
Why is Playground on here?
And I just like...
We're all wondering that question.
Before going into placement, I think we should like mention what really makes what makes a round improve, or like how to improve a round.
Well, I have no fucking idea because I thought
I
Playground
think
got
the main
worse.
things you can work on improving, at least with this list, are upload rates, sort of
Upload rates and being
almost
unique.
by luck, I'd say the quality of the season,
Yeah.
and just roster.
Something you need something that makes your round stand out as well. Like, make it not the
Something
same.
that makes it stand out more than how it was
Yeah,
before.
because
Yeah.
the thing is with this list, I'd argue 3 of the rounds on there are just all kind of mesh into one. They're just there. Like, if you remember back in the day, you had rounds like Ultimo, Paradox, Soulfire, Playground, and they were all kind of the same round with very slight differences.
Yeah.
And they kind of got more unique over time and got their own style to it.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that.
So
Um,
I feel like
yeah.
that's definitely why they're on the list. But yeah.
Question.
So yeah.
Hasn't Ultimo died?
Yes, it has.
Well, it's not improved that much then, has it?
Only very recently.
Ultimo was most improved round last year too.
It was.
I'd agree with that, to be fair.
Last year.
Oh yeah.
Ultimo definitely hit a peak at season 11, I'd say. But
Okay,
anyway,
so let's go. Last place is Soulfire.
That would really surprise me, to be honest.
I mean, can we talk about Soulfire's improvement?
Well, yeah, because I think
Pelly knows a
I
lot.
don't know what the rates were in season 7 and season 8, but the round got like 95% upload rates for season 9, which
That's
was
pretty good.
partly me just nagging everyone, really. So So yeah, and I think the season was all right, and the game modes worked, and it had a good solid roster and the biggest season so far. And I think that's why it's in there.
I remember,
There was some improvement.
in my opinion, with Adonis being an organizer, Adonis is clearly like motivated, and he has a lot of what I'd argue are very good ideas for the round. But the main problem with it is he was trying to implement them before fixing the obvious issues with the round itself. So like when he made that custom Soulfire game mode, sick. But roster was still a bit boring, upload rates weren't great, and it was one of those things, it's like you gotta fix the simple shit before you go hard. Like, because then it'll just make the stuff where you've gone hard like really devalued. And I think that was the problem with Soulfire, but because he's fixed a lot of those issues, like the roster could still use a little bit of changing, in my opinion. But other than that, upload rates are going good. The seasons themselves are all right. And if you then put a custom game mode in like now instead of however many seasons ago, people would notice it more and be like, "That's really cool. Well in."
Okay, in fourth place is Playground.
Bruh, this should just fuck off. I will tell you right now. Playground, I have done almost everything in my power to actually make it worse. Fun fact, spoiler, next season of Playground that releases is the last season. I don't even like organising it anymore. The roster was boring. It had a shit logo for the whole time, and it was just so bad. Why'd you vote for it, anyone?
I think
They like
because
both of
season 7 was a good season, and it had Mumble, and I think it was like, oh yeah, you know what, this is a good round. But I think season 7 was just a bit like a good one-time RR, to be honest.
Yes.
It just felt like that.
Yes.
Maybe with a lot of recency with the season 8 intro releasing, even though it's technically 2021. And like they started, got a new logo, Pog.
Yeah. I mean, Cody just made that, and I was like, nice. Alright, cool, cheers. But, like, it's just not good. I organised since season 6 or season 7, one of them. I organised Playground day of.
Since I've been doing like stuff with like logos for a while with Bowfish, and like he sends me Playground logo, and every time it's like a mess to work with.
Bro, it's so painful to put in like intros and thumbnails. Yeah, sure, Evson. But I think for me, like Playground, I used to love it, but it was my round to learn how to organise with. And now I've moved on. Like I've got RVFC Live and UHC Gear, and they're the ones I focus on and enjoy and like to host. RVFC Live this Sunday, by the way. And Playground to me is just nothing now. It's kind of just there, and that's why I'm literally doing a last season to end it, and it shouldn't have been on here. But season 7 was all right.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say.
Okay, so after that we have third place is Ultimo. I feel like Ultimo, what's going against it is like the fact that RE1 was improved last year. So I feel like maybe people don't see as much improvement over it in the current year over last year.
I am surprised to see Ultimo on here. As Pelly said earlier, like it peaked last year with season 11.
I would say it peaked this year. I think season 10 was this year, right?
I think
Season 10 and season 11, I'd argue, were pretty good seasons.
was that this year? Wow.
Yeah.
God.
Season 12 just came out.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. No, like I've said it from pretty much all through the year of 2020. I was saying that Ultimo has the potential to win best round. It's just I'd say it's almost on that similar level as Soulfire, where it just had to fix the basic problems.
Yeah.
And then it would have been like killer.
Where it was better. It's dead now. But...
Yeah, I mean it's obviously cannot possibly be very good now.
Also, it definitely improved a lot, and it was good to see it do even better this year before it eventually died.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say about Ultimo. Like, it was a good round. Its roster was honestly somewhat unique, to be quite honest. Towards the end, like there was a lot of people in there that you'd see in a lot of non-Reddit rounds, but not together. For me, like there was a lot of Epic players, a lot of there was a few like Reddit players here and there, and then a lot of non-Reddit. But I don't know. Ultimo was made sort of with the idea in mind to be similar to what Sveki is. No, like it was meant to be like around for good players, wasn't
I think
it?
it was originally, but it didn't really end up like that.
And then they invited Bowfish Kicks.
And then they started invited fucking shit players.
Bowfish Kicks.
Yeah, pretty much. So I feel like Strav had incredible potential and then shot himself in the foot with it, in my opinion.
Oh, I think he made it better personally. He invited reliable players.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Rates for the early since Ultimo were literally like 30%, and now they're like 80%, 90%.
yeah.
So second and first place, it's not close at all. So the winner with 48.8%, pretty much 50. So yeah, it kind of dominated. So 48.8% is Bowfish UHC, and second place is Nuclear UHC.
Ooh.
I'll say first for Nuclear, I don't think Nuclear improved at all, or it kind of stayed the same. I'll always
Yeah, I
organize
kind of agree.
Wait, are we talking about Bowfish or Nuclear?
Nuclear.
Okay, no offense, never watched the season, so can't help.
I can always organize Nuclear the same. I didn't change anything with the
It's pretty
organization.
mediocre, yeah.
Yeah, the last season was bad, but it's kind of part with ours. You can always have good seasons, so.
Yeah. But honestly, both issue HC, like, honestly, I think mainly because it started so shit, and now it's actually
Yeah,
a really
yeah,
good
that's
quality
why.
round.
Like, it was a purposely bad.
I mean, the only
One
thing
time
about
round.
Nuclear is that it got art, but Bowfish improved, like, a lot. It's,
I'd argue from season 2 onwards, it just got better and better. Like, season 2 itself had a very Bowfish mix of players, and was somehow came out like quite good still. I mean, Arctic Seagull top fragging with 5 or 6 kills. I mean, there's a hint to how your round's gone.
When we talk about the improvement in Bowfish, I don't like considering the season 1, because season 1 is not I don't consider it the same round personally.
Yeah.
I do think though from season 2 to like 8 it improved, but like I don't like when people are saying it went from the joke round to this. It's because Bowfish season 2 was pretty much creating a new round.
Yeah, I honestly class Bowfish season 1 as it's like its own round. But yeah, I think I'd say it is the one on there that deserves it the most of anything, just without a doubt.
Anyway.
So yeah.
Number 10. Best live RR season. So our nominations for this are Apoca Live Season 3 and Apoca Live Season 4. We've got RVFC Live Season 2 and Season 5, and we've got UHC Cast Season 5.
Where's Pizza?
Honestly, I've never watched a season of Pizza UHC, so I couldn't tell you. But fifth place, I think, kind of justified, was RVFC Live Season 2.
It wasn't good. Like
I spec'd it and it wasn't that great.
It was like
the only one I played.
it wasn't its best live season game, man. But I think RVFC Live Season 2, like, it was aight. Like, if it came out as an RR, it wouldn't be good, it wouldn't be bad, like, it would be alright. But I think after Season 1, it looked better. And then Season 3, Season 4, Season 5 sort of just peaked it. So it now looks much worse than it did at the time.
So, fourth place, I'm not even sure why this was nominated, to be honest, because I thought it was a really bad season, but it's UHC Cast Season 5. I don't know, I wasn't really a fan of the game mode of this.
Guessing it's the most recent UHC Cast season.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest watcher of Live Round. I don't really watch Live Round unless I really have
It had a
nothing.
game mode that was like Sky Harbor, Your Underground, it kind of sucked.
Oh, that was... Oh, yeah, I remember. We spoke about this earlier. It was the Rowan 10 bomb season. Yeah, it just, Well, don't forget getting nominated, bro.
Well, I think UHC Cast is a good round, but personally,
Yeah,
that wasn't my
there has
favorite
been better
season.
seasons of UHC Cast by miles. What was... there was UHC Cast season which I thought was really, really good, and I can't remember
Season
it now.
3 was quite close.
What one? Season 3?
That was the one that me and Pug won.
Oh, the team of 4. Yeah, that absolutely should have been on here. That was so funny. Like, I loved it. I don't know about other people, but I think UHC Cast Season 3 was great. But yeah, I'd say UHC Cast Season 5. Surprising to be nominated, but
Yeah, probably because it was recent and a few people just liked it.
I think people in general just like UHC Cast.
Somewhat harder to remember.
Yeah, I think people just like UHC cast in general because it's the most recent season. They just put that.
Yeah. So next up in third place is Apocalyptic Season 3, which was a good season if I remember correctly. I remember that being pretty entertaining.
I haven't watched the season of
That's the
Apocalypse.
one, I'm pretty sure that's the one that Lucario and Princess Pepper won. That was a good season.
Yeah, that's it was like team of 2.
Sounds
Yeah.
like we watched 5 rounds lost, isn't it?
We watched them a lot.
Percentage was 32.5%, so a very respectable amount to win by. Second place was Apocalypse Season 4, and first place was RVFC Live Season 5, which I think was a pretty good season.
I think it was
I feel
fun.
like
I think it was a good
RVS
season.
Live wins with a game mode that's kind of risky, where you could either get a really good season or a really bad season.
Yeah.
I kind of got the luck for it to go really well.
Yeah, definitely. And it was close. I think Captain might have been a one-hit when he won that, so...
You had the final 3 were Space, Sane, and Captain all fighting each other on all one taps.
Oh yeah, right.
I'd say literally the final 3 saved this RR. Like it was consistently decent the whole way through.
It would have
But
been funny moments.
everyone obviously feared the Kel steamroll again, which
So I organised the resistance and we took him down in a
Yeah.
very, very bad... We did a very bad job of it, to be fair.
yeah, that was atrocious, boys. You should have done better. But yeah, so that happened, and then it went on to like there was an awkward gap in the middle where it was like, this could about to be go crap, and then all of that resistance just started to turn on each other, and it completely saved the season. So, but yeah, I'd say there was no points of it where it was particularly bad, but like, it was like, so yeah.
Right.
I also thought season 3 was mile better, Bowfish. But yeah, that's me. What do I get to do? This is the last one I'm announcing. Best one-time round. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So, best one-time round. Your nominees are New Year's UHC. I'm believing that is the one from 2019 that released this year.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain I'm correct in thinking that. Cookie
I
UHC.
really don't know how it works. I think whichever you count for the future, because technically, I didn't really.
They
search
technically
the
both
nomination,
came out in
but
2020.
Yeah, they technically came in either the same or the less. It's
Yeah,
kind of
Yeah.
the second one was played while this was happening, so it was season 1 of New Year's UHC.
because they kind of decide it's kind of on a New Year, so it's kind of gonna be mixed for every season. But the fact is that it's an annual round, so it's considered.
Yeah.
So you get a season every year. So special rounds are considered. I kind of do like if they're in the Reddit awards, but annual rounds or special rounds don't really exist in the non-Reddit communities. So.
Yeah, I feel like this one sort of just happened, and Theo wasn't even planning for it to happen. He was just going to do New Year's the one time, and then it came to like day of like New Year's last year, and he just went, "Boys, I'm just going to do it again, but make it a stream round." So it is technically going to be annual. It's just because of the transition from record round to stream round between last year and this year.
I think with the next year the transition will be better, and I think its chances at being more recognized will be better too.
Yeah.
More legacy.
Yeah, but anyway, moving on to the rest of the nominees. Cookie UHC, that's by JM Farrar, correct?
Yep.
We've got Douglasville, which was so good. Obviously organised by James and Douglas. We've got World of Slime. I can't remember who that was organised by, but I think it was a shock.
It was Tommy.
Tommy. Yeah, I remember I was shocked to see that. And then, of course, Simp UHC, boys.
I won that. Let's go.
Oh god, there's a lot of stories behind that, isn't there? So, in order, in 5th place is Tommy's World of Slime.
I'm really sad about that one because that is one of the rounds actually that let's say one of the better concept. It
Yes.
just didn't get seen as much.
I don't think people. Yeah, I don't think people really watched it because they didn't know anyone there.
Good.
Yeah, that's a somewhat decent season, and
Yeah.
Final Fight was not the closest because it was like Kristen Mez versus Falling Dutchman, which is someone that doesn't play UHC versus someone that plays UHC. So
Yeah. But
Uh,
seeing Chris get a good win was nice.
Yeah. In fourth is Theo's New Year's UHC. We just did a lot of talking about that, but
yeah, we did.
honestly-
Pretty much, I think it's really recent, and as an annual round, I don't think it'll get much recognition until it gets
Yeah.
maybe another season.
I was going to say, if we're talking about the first season, then I couldn't tell you what happened because it was literally in 2019. But the newer season, that was quite good. That was enjoyable. I won, and that's bias. So did Pelly. But yeah, it was all right.
But assuming like it gets another season at the end of next year, I mean at the end of this year, I think it definitely stands strong for a potential like coming back for best one time again.
Yes, absolutely. I think World of Slime or New Year's could have just alternated on 4th and 5th. I think either of them could have been in any position there. So in 3rd place is Cookie UHC by Jay and Fra. So they're going to try shut down the non-Reddit Discord.
Oh no, Yuchi lost, no.
But I honestly argue that Cookie is the least memorable one for me out of all of their one times.
Oh, it's the most
Yeah,
memorable to me because it's the worst UHC loss I've ever had, I think.
Okay, I mean, that's the way to see it. But yeah, I would agree that it's the one I didn't watch at all compared to the other two. So
Oh, it's Snom's the... memorable-
Snom's the one I remember.
Oh, I don't remember it at all.
Oh,
yeah, I mean like the other two I would have mentioned them in honorable mention, but Snom and
Yeah.
Aruga are the other two one time they didn't get in by organized by Jay and Fra. But like Snom was funny because it had Ice Spike 0-0.
Fair enough. Yeah, Cookie, I think Final Fight was 2 one-taps for what I was in Final Fight. It was 2 one-taps fighting each other.
And
So it
Aruga was funny because it was supposed to be Reddit, and then it was bad, and then it went to non-Reddit, and then Frog created the world without looking at the seeds, so no one could get wood or apples.
Oh
or
yeah, I remember
anything.
that was so scuffed. I was pushed to redo it.
yeah, I'd say out of all their rounds, like, there probably should have been a different one nominated in my opinion. But
Snom
they just like they organise good one-time rounds. They just do. There's not much I can really say about it.
It's good for a bit of a laugh.
Yeah,
There's a lot-
it's just fun. It's like Thursday times. It just happens because it can. But so obviously, fighting for 1st and 2nd, very much deserved, are Douglasville and Simp UHC. Douglasville by James Douglas.
Okay, I personally don't think Simp deserves it at all.
Rah, me and Kath organised the best RR you've ever seen. Don't start.
Okay, I'll give my opinion, but Simp I think it had a good season.
Had a great season.
It also had a really good production.
It did.
But personally, what I look in a one time is the reason to be a one time, and Simp has no reason to be a one time. Or there's
That's
nothing
fair
that,
enough. Yeah.
nothing that gives it a reason to be a one time. It doesn't make it unique. It's just another UHC.
I'm not gonna go into it. Fine.
Personally, I mean, as game mode and concept, I think it has the weakest out of the 5. And
Yeah.
That's why personally that's the
Best production though, so you know that's the
but
only reason it's so high.
Production in this season is on top, so I understand why it would be in the top two.
And the season itself was actually quite good. It's just the fact that there was no reason for it. Kath literally just wanted to organise a round with me, and I said, sure, we'll do a one-time round, and then
Imagine simping.
yeah, I mean that went great, didn't it? That really went well.
It should be announced.
But it's fine because in 1st place is the very much deserved Douglasville with 26.3% of the votes. So surprisingly, actually very, very close.
I've never actually watched Douglas UHC.
Bro, it's so good. Honestly, you gotta check it out. It's so good.
Okay, I'll watch
Yeah,
it.
and the concept is one of the best ones.
Oh yeah, it was James' survival series world,
Yeah, and they played the UHC on that.
and they played a UHC
Oh,
on
that's
it.
actually cool.
Yeah, and I thought that was really sick.
I've kind of realised looking at these, I've got some perspective I can just go and watch now.
Yeah, Pelly's got something to do when he goes to bed today. Right. So I don't think there's much I can say about Douglasville other than the fact it just does deserve to win. It was
That's a really great concept.
it was really sick. I really enjoyed watching it. And James, if you want to do another 100 episodes of your series and then do another season, I'd love to be invited.
Yeah, I don't think you watch James or follow James.
Well, whatever. But yeah, so
I'm just saying, otherwise you know that is not happening. But yeah.
But this
Yeah.
keeps just Tammy saying your flammable episode is out, plug it.
great. Go watch Pelly's
Go watch
Flammable
Flammable,
after. Bro, we've literally got the last category to do. I'm sure they can wait for this. Brody, it's come down to you. You're allowed to do best
So,
RR season.
we are going with the best non-red season of the year, aka the closest one, the closest award by like pretty far. We have Apocalyptic Season 8, Bowfish Season 8, Serenity Season 6, Solitude Season 4, Yuichigyo Season 1, and that's about it. Fifth place, Solitude Season 4. I don't know if you have anything to say about the season.
Really good intro, fun. Just yeah, but the season itself shouldn't be there.
Yeah, there were better Solitude
Like not being funny. The problem with Solitude, I'd say, is it was really good. Then it got to a point where a team died, and then that was it. The game was fucked from there, and the whole last episode was just boring. But so I'd say Solitude shouldn't be on here. But if we're including all the production for it and everything, it can kind of get here. Like the intro was so clean.
I mean,
and the game modes were unique.
What you consider makes the season, but it's definitely fair to consider an intro in what makes the season.
I mean, it's one of those things. Theo died first. Good. It stuck with the mumble theme. Good. Intro was really solid. Good. And then, the game modes as well were unique, and that's why they were nominated for best game mode and came third. So yeah, Solitude Season 4. I'd say I'd argue it definitely should be on here, but it shouldn't be any higher than 5th.
Mm-hmm. So fourth place is Serenity Season 6. That's definitely, I think, the best Serenity season.
That was the Infinite Allies Isolation one you just spoke about.
It was one of the better ones, that's for sure.
It has a really close ending. The game lasted a little long, but there was a lot of really good moments.
I think considering it was Infinite Allies, I think it's understandable the game mode lasted a while.
Yeah. But there was some not good moment in that season, but there definitely was a lot of really good moment in that season.
Again, I said this earlier, I didn't watch it, so I can't really comment on it. But
and what was the intro again? That was the
It was
that one, right?
It was the Cyclone one.
No, it was the Cyclone again. Oh yeah, I remember. They gave Fang rainbows. That's all I remember. The intro was kind of
just mediocre, really.
From what
I kind of liked it.
From what it seems, it
somewhat
deserves
fun
to be
because
above
FFA
Solitude.
worked on a player.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's about it for Serenity. Then we can go to
Joint second place.
Oh wow, yeah, this is close.
second place.
Joint second place. Yeah.
Second place is, well, actually, I have to reveal everything because
Yeah, because these top three are so close.
second place is tied, and it's right next to first place. And so first place with 27.5% is Bowfish Season 8.
Thanks for watching the stream, guys. I'll see you later.
Meaning that in second place is tied Apocalyptic Season 8 and Yushigyo Season 1.
Yeah.
Closest vote.
I think I'd put a pocket top, but I feel like it lost because it was a while ago now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't even
I mean,
remember
it is the
Bowfish
closest
Season 8.
vote, so I feel like it's just
Yeah, definitely.
one person.
Still a deserved win. Like Bowfish Season 8 was the best Bowfish season by far.
What was it? I don't remember it whatsoever.
Ultimate 2-1. Oh, that was the one you got killed while you were naked, so I imagine you probably.
Oh, that was so shit, bro. What?
I did say that I wouldn't say like the votes and all, but there's like literally a 1 vote difference between second place and first place.
Oh my
So
god.
it is the closest vote of all because they're all 3 of those seasons are pretty much tied, and I think you can say that they all had good seasons. Let's start let's say with Yuishigyo season 1.
The only thing I have to say,
Talked about that. I think what makes that season is really the finale.
mate, I should have boosted my rounds.
The
Oh, who'da
finale
won?
really makes the season because I think it's definitely
It's-
not the best.
Oh, Strap, you fucked it.
It's definitely not the best Infinite Allies season or like the like with the interactions, but the ending really made it the season. I think for people.
Yeah, I mean, I have said it before. I'll say it again. Pelly with the hard carry for the season itself. Like other people had good POVs,
Yeah.
but there's a good POV and then there's a Pelly POV after what he did in that season.
Plus the production for the run.
Yeah, the production obviously helps it massively. It's the main reason people like it. I'm honestly, I mess around, but like, I'm happy with second. I honestly, when I was first creating the round, I had the RR awards in mind, and I was like, I'd love to get it nominated in a category. It got nominated in like 10 out of the 12. So I don't even care that I lost best RR season. I'm really happy with it, and yeah, more seasons to come.
Then a Polka 8.
Poker 8 was class. That should have won.
Pocket 8, like, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
Polka 8, the Dragon Rush run, right?
honestly,
Yeah.
just because it was a Dragon Rush and it went that well, it was really good.
Yeah,
It's rare to have good Dragon Rush season.
bro. Let's be realistic.
I'm still not the biggest fan of it because it's Dragon Rush, but it definitely deserves
Oh,
it.
yeah, like, for a Dragon Rush season, if you get a mediocre Dragon Rush season, that's good. Like,
Yeah.
like the fact that it was
So I think one like this is really rare.
I mean,
It's really rare.
if Plushie won that, it would have been first by a mile.
Oh yeah.
But no, like it was a good season. Like it was really entertaining. I liked Apocalyptic. I'd argue it should have won. I didn't actually watch Bowfish season 8 after I had the most frustrating death.
He's the most recent one. I think
That probably has a massive input.
I also had. I don't think it had massive input because it won by 1 vote. But I'm just saying that it's probably one of the strongest Bowfish season.
Yeah, probably.
Bowfish season, it was, I'd argue, the best Bowfish season, just because the deserved win and how close it was at the end.
Mm.
And there was just a lot of good fights, really.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything else we have to say? Like,
Yeah, I think we're basically done.
I'll go through the actual winners quickly, and we'll post all of the results in the announcements channel afterwards.
Okay, so no, in above the announcement channel, there's a channel that's gonna appear.
Oh, awards.
And
Oh, you've just moved it
the award
upwards.
channel.
Yeah. Okay. So, best montage was UHC Go Season 1 with 32.5. Best logo was UHC Go Season 2 with 27.5. Best intro was Serenity Season 8 with 36.3%. Best moment, Nick drops with a notch, 28.7%. Best fight, Saveki, however you say it, Season 1, Firm vs Kekleon with 38.8%. Best POV goes to Pelly for UHC Go Season 1 with 36.3%. Best game mode, Serenity Season 5, World Jumpers 27.5%. Best new round is Calamity with 33.8%. Most improved is Bowfish with 48.8%. Best live season is 32.5% for RVFC Live Season 5. Best one time is Douglasville with 26.3% of the votes. And then best RR season is Bowfish Season 8 with 27.5% of the votes. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to anyone who played an RR or did production for an RR in 2020. We couldn't have done it without you. I'd also like to say thank you to Brody and Tate for putting this together. I did fuck all for this. And I hope you guys enjoyed, honestly.
Alright. Yeah, thanks for watching, boys. Anything else you want to say, Brody?
Subscribe to Bowfish Gigs.
No, don't.
Don't do that.
Never.
Don't boost his ego.
If you're subscribed, unsubscribe from him.
Yeah, do that. Oh, boys. I think we're done. I am playing the comical season 1 intro in the background. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next year.